In some households, saying that you're on a diet is as bad as some of those other curse words that we're not supposed to say on YouTube. And I think it's because we see this as insulting. We see dieting as meaning that there's something wrong with me. Now, I will be the first to admit that I stopped dieting, partially because I learned that it wasn't healthy, and partially because, yeah, it did make me feel like there was some kind of extra attention on me if I said I was on a diet. And what I would do is I would just pledge to eat better. And what that ended up doing was, in my effort to eat better, I would typically end up on some kind of low-fat regime. My question to you is, have you ever tried dieting? The average person has to say yes to that, because apparently the average person will try 126 diets in their lifetime. That's more than one a year. Now, we all know we try to lose weight at New Year's, and I'm going to guess the other time happens around your birthday, and maybe if you have a vacation you're trying to go on, and so you could see where this could really add up. No matter what we call it, when we change the way we're eating, we're on a diet. Diets have a huge impact on your life, right? Because the food you're eating plays a role in any meal you're going to have with anybody else. And I want to talk about two diets. One that changed my life amazingly, and one that changed the world's interaction with food in such a profound way that I believe we need to talk about both these two diets to really understand what I'm going to suggest is your passport, is your map to get on the road to health and absolutely conquer your health and weight issues. The diet that changed my life is the keto diet. I started the keto diet about 4.5 years ago by this point, and I was 70 pounds overweight. I had inflammation in all of my joints. I was cranky by the middle of the day, falling asleep in the afternoon. I had a desire to do a lot of activities, but not necessarily the energy to get them all done. And even when I pushed myself to do those activities, unfortunately, the next 2 to 3 days after I did the activity needed to be recovery time for me. So my fun was often interrupted by me needing to let my body heal and get the possibility of doing something else maybe the next week. I'm sure for most of you that doesn't sound like the way you want to live your life. I know it wasn't the way that I wanted to live my life. So keto helped me to get all of that under control. Within about 5 months of starting a keto diet, I was back to my normal weight and my inflammation in my joints were gone, so I had no more pain and I was able to do my activities. I continued to be doing more activities and not needing recovery time. I had just all the benefits that you get from eating properly. The other diet that I want to talk about is a much more common diet, actually. It's the standard American diet. The standard American diet, in my opinion, changed the world. It's a diet that absolutely encourages weight gain. It's a diet that absolutely contributes to obesity, metabolic syndrome. We have lots of people walking around with PCOS, diabetes, heart problems, all based on their love of the standard diet. And I say love of the standard diet because one of the amazing things that the standard American diet did was create a diet that we were all able to stick to. I say standard American, but the standard Canadian diet isn't that different. And in more recent years, other countries have adopted our standard diet. Diets that are high in carbohydrate and low in fat. There are a lot of benefits to having a diet like this because it's easy to stick to and the tastes are delicious. The standard American diet changed our world for the negative, but it helped me to understand something that changed my world for the positive. In order for me to be able to stick to my healthy keto way of eating, I needed to figure out how to make this diet tasty and convenient, so easy to do, because those are the cornerstones of the standard American diet. Once I realized that part of what was the draw for me of the standard diet is that the delicious flavors that I was getting to eat and not really being able to see those flavors in my typical meals, I invested in making sure that all the meats that I love, I had ways of cooking them that I loved, and the vegetables that I was eating, I found ways to make them taste amazing. And you know what that did for me? It made the eating of my food, so the enjoyment of my meals, elevate. And then the other thing that I did was I found ways of cooking that were easier for me to do, whether it's frying, which I do a lot of frying. I happen to love fried food, so that was easy, or baking, which I'm not such a big fan of, but I do it sometimes, or putting them in either the slow cooker or the Instapot. These are all easy ways to make meats that don't involve me being in the kitchen for way too long. Now, the other thing that I needed to do was figure out how to cook vegetables that I love. And I got recipes for vegetables that I find delicious. Are you gonna find them delicious? I don't know, because I don't know what kind of vegetables you like. Pat has recipes for vegetables and salads that help us as a family eat together and have fun when we're eating together. I figured out ways to make pizza, which I had for supper last night, so that when the kids are having pizza, Pat and I can have a healthy version of pizza. And when I'm feeling like I need some variety, I'll tend to throw some eggs in a meal and just, have a different protein source, or even have eggs alongside of the meat I'm having, because I have no fear of overeating because I eat to satiation. And with my 2,500-ish calories, 2,000-ish calories that I eat every day, I'm able to maintain this healthy weight. That fat gain standard American diet that I was doing before that was causing all of my body pains and aches, I've stopped doing it because it was causing all of my body pains and aches, and it wasn't helping me to feel energized and active. This keto diet, I'm doing it. This is going on to my 5th year in April. So I'm a month away actually from my 5th year, and I do it easily because I love the food I'm eating, so it's tasty. The food I'm eating is very easy to make, and the benefit to my body is amazing. Wellness Warrior, are you going to figure out how to learn from the standard American diet, the diet that we are all on, that's causing all of us to gain weight? Are you going to learn from that diet so that you can make your healthier diet sustainable? Because every doctor, nutritionist, dietitian, like every person that ever says to you, nurse that ever says to you, the keto diet isn't sustainable, carnivore isn't sustainable, paleo isn't sustainable, all the diets that are healthier are not sustainable. They're saying they're not sustainable because they believe that you are going to want those carbs back in your diet, because that's the only way food can taste good, right? They have to be sugary and sweet and fun. And why isn't a steak fun? Why isn't pork chops fun? Why isn't bacon fun? Well, it's because our mouth is overloaded with sugar and our brain is chasing it. So I want you to learn from what I learned, not waste your time, trying to reinvent the wheel. The way that you help yourself to stick to a healthy diet is by making the diet you're eating delicious to you. My recipes aren't going to be your recipes. Maybe you like things really spicy. Maybe you like things with a bit more salty than I do, or you like different, you like it to be peppery, like hot, more than I do. You need to figure out what's going to make it taste delicious to you. And in that process, you need to know what is a healthy amount of sugar that's not going to keep you chasing sugar. So I want you to check out this video right here that's going to help you to get your carb cravings under control so that you can find this delicious menu and eat healthy all the time. I hope this video was helpful to you. I can't wait to talk to you guys in the next video. Click on the link. I want to meet you over there.